Sorry, Adam Gold, 10 Landing Lane.
Hi, Adam.
I'm a little bit confused as to just your last answer there, that you don't know all the answers, because it seems like you've already started campaigning on behalf of one particular answer that you seem to already have made up your mind. There's confusion, I think, in the logic in what you stated when you said that there's a choice between having public discourse and putting questions on the ballot right now. We have to make that choice. I don't see why it doesn't make as much sense or more sense to just do both, to put questions on the ballot and to prepare public discourse prior to those questions being on the ballot. Why not allow yourself to be a part of that public discourse before starting to campaign in this regard?
I thought I was suggesting that. So it wasn't clear on that.
I mean, to be honest with you, the speech is primarily about making an announcement of your proposal, but at the same time, you're already campaigning on behalf of one particular argument.
What was the one particular argument?
Well, the way that you formulated your questions, the way that you have, you specifically asked about representation and whether it would be proper with ward-based elections, but you didn't ask questions that may lead people questioning the current system.
Actually, I did.
No, you didn't.
Well, actually, I did. And a question that I asked is whether or not an at-large system, including our own, is responsive, provides a responsive enough government to our residents and our neighborhoods. And
I mean, I think the fact is we all know how you feel
Adam,
right now.
You asked me a question, you made a comment, and I corrected it. So, I mean, there was perhaps more attention spent, admittedly so, on the petitioner's perspective, but there has been more dialogue on the petitioner's side.
But you already tried to discredit the petitioners by saying that 3 of them hadn't lived in New Brunswick, but even though you didn't really describe why that played a role in the decision to put that on the ballot and how that played the role in the legality of the petition, when it really seems irrelevant if you're not just campaigning on behalf of one argument. So it seems like...
Can I answer that?
I just wanted to finish. Because the question really goes to why it does not make sense. Why your logic makes sense that we have to make a decision right now to either have public discourse and no change to the ballot, or public discourse and a ballot change after that forum is over with. Why can't we do both right now? Why can't you get up there and make the statement that there is going to be a change to the ballot, we'll open up to the voters to make a decision, and prior to that vote, we'll have public forums to see what the best choice is, and you'll be involved with, because then you're giving us an ultimatum. We have to make a decision as to what's right, because we're getting a chance to vote on it in November.
No, Adam, a couple of things. I respect your opinion, but I'm not giving an ultimatum. I'm doing anything but giving an ultimatum. What I'm suggesting is that this is a process for us to follow, and that in the absence of us coming to an agreement, I'm proposing to be able to put both questions on the ballot. That's a proposal. It is free for the parties to the litigation to accept or to reject. I'm not a party to the litigation. This is just one person's thought as to how we might proceed. If the petitioners or the city council or the city clerk, or in the unlikely case the county clerk, who's named as a party to the case, feels that this suggestion is without merit, that it's not worth talking about, and we ought to continue the litigation, then so be it. But quite frankly, the city didn't file the litigation. They are the defendants in the case. The petitioners filed it, and the petitioners control the litigation. So if you don't, there's no gun to your head. There is no ultimatum. There is nothing. If you decide as a group of petitioners to continue to go forward with the litigation that you filed, then that's the process we'll take. But I offer to all of you and to everyone else from the city of New Brunswick, why not talk about it? And at the end of talking about it, if we cannot come to some common ground, the litigation is still alive. That's why I said suspend. I didn't say terminate. I didn't say withdraw. I said suspend. And at any time during that process, the parties are free to pull the plug on any further discussions. It's a suggestion. Free to accept or reject. Yes, sir. Hi. Hey, Sean.
Would you be opposed to having these discussions if litigation wasn't suspended? Sure. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Although the discussions as to the different forms of government at some point become moot if we lose the opportunity, because time has passed, to put another question on the ballot, assume for the moment that's the case, or if the proposal of putting both questions on the ballot, if the court should decide in favor of either side. And my crystal ball, I've been a lawyer for a long time, and my crystal ball has never worked well with regard to what the likely outcome of a litigation is going to be. So my suggestion is that the pending litigation, the uncertainty of an outcome may cause both sides, create the impetus for us to discuss some things.
And my other question was, I support a ward system.
Mm-hmm.
I have a big problem with the Charter Study Commission idea. Basically because this is, first of all, people in this city have wanted a ward system for some time. There was a movement towards this in 1986
Mm-hmm.
and another one in 96.
Mm-hmm.
And in 96 there was a Charter Study Commission, and that commission recommended no change.
Right.
And the citizens never got a say in anything.
No.
As far as that went, as citizens, as just someone going, and no one got a vote on anything there. Now, with regard to our two petitions, Empower Our Neighbors is put together, we have had 1,500 people sign in favor of these petitions, talked with thousands of people who were supportive.
Mm-hmm.
There is a process,
Mm-hmm.
in place for dealing with these matters, and we've followed it.
Okay.
And in the first court case, Judge Currier did, and I quote, say that our first petition, you may disagree, but she said our first petition was sufficient in all respects,
Mm-hmm.
and the only reason it didn't get on the ballot last year was because of time issues, basically. And we've submitted a new petition that is absolutely flawless, and the Charter Study Commission that you are now proposing was actually written specifically for the 2008 election.
Mm-hmm.
It is now defunct,
Mm-hmm.
and it's my belief that we probably will win in court, and that you are afraid of us winning in court, and that's what caused us to have this meeting right now, because you didn't tell us until we no one knew about